This show is brought to you by PPR Capital Management. Did you know there's a way to invest passively in real estate and get monthly income without dealing with tenants, maintenance, or property management? If you're an accredited or high net worth investor, you can earn cash flow without the headaches by investing in a private equity real estate fund. With nearly $1 billion in assets under management, PPR has provided investors with steady, truly passive monthly income since 2007 without ever missing a payment. To learn more, check out pprcapitalmanagement.com/birds.
And we are rolling. Trey, what's up?
Man, I am fantastic. How's everything? I mean, it's victory, big win in Kansas City.
Tuesday, big win in Kansas City, dude. First off, let's start. Where are you at right now, Trey? Because we're
Man,
not together once again.
yeah. I'm down here in Florida, so I dropped in at Feel Good, a vineyard and winery farm down here in Osteen, Florida, right outside of
Okay.
my hometown. So, man, this winery is absolutely amazing, man. Because when you're in Florida, you have to use muscadines, which is the native grape of America. It's America's original wine. So today I'll be drinking muscadine wine today, and just hanging out. But here at Feel Good's Winery, man, it's not just a winery, it's an absolute experience. So you have to come down here. If you're ever down here in Central Florida, you have to come check it out. Where are you at today?
Today, I am in the booming borough of Downtown. Downtown,
Hmm.
Pennsylvania. We are at Dressler's Estate. They are a cidery, and they have this beautiful tasting room and bar down here. Parking all around, easy to get to. And what they specialize in is hard apple ciders, basically.
Ah,
Right?
yes.
And so what they do is they'll pop around to different local growers and stuff and use their apples, and they make different ciders. I've got 3 here that we're going to check out today. But let's get started off, dude.
All
Let's
right.
get a nice toast rolling, because
Yeah.
anytime you go into Arrowhead and get a W, that's worth a cheers from me, buddy.
Absolutely. Cheers. Cheers. Big win. Victory. Victory drink.
2-0. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's good. That's not what you
Yeah.
would expect necessarily from an apple cider, you
Hmm.
know? It's a little drier. I like that. I was expecting to have a little sweet tasting here, but this is good. This is like a
Okay.
pretty crisp, um, pretty crisp cider here. It's called the Valley Creek cider, which is right down the street here from Valley Creek Road. And man, that is nice and refreshing and crisp. That's what I got for it.
Okay. That's what's up right now. What I'm doing is was muscadine white wine made from a Carlos, lightly sweet. Most of the time, when people think of muscadine wine, that it's going to be an overly sweet wine. What they do here is they don't make their wines overly sweet. It has probably about 4% residual sugar left in it, so it's not overly sweet, but it does have a little sweet taste to it. And of course, it has that muscadine taste to it. But man, it's a really awesome wine.
So muscadine, is that what they make Moscato out of generally? Or no?
No, not necessarily. Muscadines is just more of a native grape down here that you can it grows because of the weather down here.
For the
They're a
climate?
wild, yeah, because of the climate, because you can't grow a lot of the different wines that you could do like up in the Northeast. So most of the wineries down here are operating with the muscadines, which is really good, man. It's a different, unique taste to it. But I think one of the things that they do really good job is that they don't make their wines overly sweet.
All right, here we go, bro. We just went in
Yeah.
and we handled business in Arrowhead.
Yes.
There's a couple things to get into though. Where you want to start?
Let's start with the hot topic. Let's start with the hot topic
All
first
right, let's go.
of of the brotherly shove. You
Yes.
know, have we have we given them the ammunition to finally ban it? Because there's video footage showing that hey, our guys are jumping off false starting. You know, I
Yeah.
think that I think that the play is extremely effective. Extremely effective. It's a great play. It's hard to stop. And that's what makes everybody want to ban it because the Eagles came up with it and no one can stop it. And every team is up in arms about it. And now it's kind of in jeopardy where, you know, we have kind of given them the ammunition to say, all right, you know what, it's kind of hard to officiate. Is that going to be what gives the owners the ammunition to ban the play?
All right. So I hear what you're saying, and maybe so, right? Because people are going to look at it not objectively as a quarterback sneak. Now they think it's a whole new thing, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't think it is necessarily. And the fact that we're having success on it is what kind of pisses me off here. All right.
Uh-huh.
Why ban something because somebody's good at it? Right?
Yeah.
Like we weren't like when Denver was winning the Super Bowl and Terrell Davis and stuff, we didn't ban the outside zone, right?
Mm-hmm.
But nobody could stop their outside zone. They just ran it perfectly. But we weren't talking about banning it. So when we talk about the tush push, and okay, so because it is slowed down constantly for review,
Mm-hmm.
everybody sees that, yeah, there's some guys jumping off sides or getting a little head start, or sometimes they're off before the ball snapped, or, sometimes they're hovering over the ball. You could slow down every play and there's guys getting a head start against the ball, but we're not slowing
Absolutely.
down every play for a replay for everyone to see. So
Mm-hmm.
obviously that's going to bring some, people to raise question about it. But we have to look at the actual facts of the whole play, right? So for the last 3 years, let me pull this up because I did a little
Uh,
research into this.
oh,
For the
okay. Yeah.
last for the last 3 years, right? In
Mhm.
2022, we were 92.3% effective with the brotherly shove. That means that
Wow.
we, got a first down or a touchdown or gained yardage 92.3% of the time. And that's kind of when we surprised the league with it, right? And that was Jason
That's
Kelce. We had
amazing.
a big push. And dude, if you can run a play and get it 36 out of 39 times, that's awesome, right?
That's awesome.
So 2023, the league's adjusted a little bit and we went to 88.1%. All right. So it declined. The league's starting to catch on to what we're doing, right? And then in 2024, it was 81.3%. So we're
Mm-hmm.
dropping every year, right? Like people are
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what to do with it. And last year we ran it 48 times. 48 times. That's a lot. So
Yeah.
almost 50 times. And then we're still converting over 80% of the time. So on average, we're about 88% with it.
Yeah.
In comparison to the quarterback sneak ran by the rest of the league, right? Because that's what they call it when another team runs it, right?
Uh-huh.
The rest of the league is still at 84% when they run a QB sneak.
Yeah.
So we're converting 88% of the time. Everyone else is converting 84% of the time. I really think that that's more of like a, hey, you guys just need to commit to it like we do. And don't
Mm-hmm.
outlaw it. Don't outlaw it
Yeah.
because we commit to it. And I really think that's the big difference. Is there's no question of what we're running when we get into, third and short, third and two, third and one. There's no question. We line up, here comes the brotherly shove. But nobody else wants to commit to it like that just because they don't have the the confidence that they're gonna pull it off like that. But it's not like
Yeah.
the Eagles have a bigger, they do have a big offensive line, but there's other big offensive lines in the league, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hurts squats a lot of weight, but like I don't think that that's the reason that it's 4% more successful than the rest of the league. I just think it's the
Mm-hmm.
commitment to it. So banning it, I think would be a big overreach.
Yeah, but they've been trying to do it. That's what they've been trying to do, and they're looking for ammunition to get rid of it because everybody's looking for something. And now the word is that they feel that it's too hard to officiate because of how everybody piles up, and then with showing footage where guys are jumping off sides, that may have given them ammunition to say, "Well, hey, look, this is it." But to me, I'm with you. I don't think that they should ban it. It's a play that is very effective, and that our guys, that our team and our offensive line are dominant enough and athletic enough to get that push. And Jalen Hurts just gets behind Jordan Mailata and Landon Dickerson and rides right behind them to wherever he needs to go to get that first down. And I don't think it's something that should be banned.
Absolutely. I mean, Yeah, they're gonna complain about it all year long. There's another 16 weeks of it that we're gonna see, 16 plus weeks. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
can't ban something in the middle of the season. They'll have to wait till the rules committee gets together in the off season. But we at least have this season to enjoy it. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they just ran it, and you knew it was coming. You knew it was coming whenever that opportunity. They did it, even when they were the commentators. Here it comes. Here
Yep.
comes the brotherly shove.
Yep.
Here it comes. Even Tom Brady even had to check himself, which I enjoy seeing. Where Tom Brady was like, "All right, here comes the tush push," and then the next time he said it, I guess somebody texted him and said, "Hey, hold on. We all voted and we came together and we said it's called the brotherly shove, not the tush
Yeah. You
push."
let them know what Between the Vines came up with, right? And then we made
Yeah,
that decision.
we're the brotherly. It's the brotherly shove, not a tush push.
Yeah, exactly. The tush push can be somewhere else. Like, I
Yeah.
don't.
Let somebody else have the tush push. We are the
Yeah.
brotherly shove.
Yeah. But dude, so we got some hard first downs. I think we ran it 7 times so far this game. 7 times
Hmm.
this game. We got six converted it 6 times, but I think that was positive yardage. You know what I mean? I don't think that we got 6 first down/touchdowns with it. That
Hmm.
might be. I'm not exactly sure how they're counting that, but
Yeah, no, they count with the first downs and everything.
anyway,
Yeah,
dude.
the yard,
I mean,
positive yard.
if I was on defense, I'd jump off sides every time.
Yeah, I'll jump too.
Because you
Go ahead and
think
jump.
I'm either gonna time it up or they're gonna get the first down. And if I give them the first down by a penalty, at least I'm saving myself the beatdown of having thousands of pounds rolled up on top of me.
And one of the things I think they're doing really a really good job at now is they're putting a snap count to it, because it's not just a line up and go. It's more of a lineup. Let's wait a little bit, then bang, we got you. Just when you started relax a little bit, here we go. We're firing off, and I mean, dude, Joey Mailata, dude. First of all, man, I'm going to stay in rhythm, but Joey Mailata is such a gifted athlete out there, man. And we're going to talk. I'm going to post something later on, but Joey Mailata is amazing, dude. Both he and Lane Johnson are just absolutely amazing offensive tackles. But when it comes to the brotherly shove, dude, he creates movement. He and Landon Dickinson on that left side, the push that they create is absolutely amazing, man, to see what they can do with the power that they create. And it's not even, I don't know what defenders can do to try to even stop that. You may as well just go ahead and jump off sides and give us a first down and let us go ahead and
That's
move
what
on
I'm
to the
saying,
next. Yeah, it's
dude.
just jump.
I wouldn't want to sit there and try to take both of them on and drop to the ground and try
Oh,
to you're just gonna get rolled up, dude, because they are coming in there. How much weight is that? That's got to be like 700 pounds of deuce. You know what I
yeah,
mean? Like Juan used to say, ass to
yeah,
ass. So they're just coming at you
yes,
like a freaking
yeah.
steamroller, dude.
Yeah, Juan is like, hey, T, hi. How much you weigh? You trail you like 340. Hey, God, you but 320. But that's like 700 pounds of tools.
Shout out Juan, man. Juan's the man.
Juan
I'm just saying.
Castillo. Yeah, man. Oh man. So all right. So in the spirit of, right now, all the vineyards right now are harvesting and crushing grapes.
Yes.
So in the spirit of that, who do you feel went out there and crushed it on offense?
Who crushed it like the grapes during harvest season on
Yeah,
offense this week?
yeah.
Man, you know, I I like to pick an offensive lineman for this because it's like, just the crushing. It makes me think of
Yeah,
an offensive lineman.
yeah,
I think I would like to go with the tandem of Dickerson and Mailata on this one because,
yeah,
like we just talked about, dude. 7 times they ran this tush push, and 7 times those guys rolled them back on that side.
yeah.
It's impressive to watch, dude. And as a former guard, I hated sneaks. I hated it,
Hmm.
dude. I hated it
Hmm.
every time they called it. I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was just something you had to get through more. But they like, dude, they're accepting it and they're dominating with it. So
Yeah.
I'll give Dickerson and my crushed it on offense, this week.
Yeah, for me, I would have to give it to the total offensive line, just as a whole. Because you go back and you watch this game, man. I mean, they went out there. Okay, it wasn't a big score. I mean, you put up 20 points, but it wasn't a big. Jalen Hurts going out there and throwing for 300 yards, or even Saquon Barkley rushing for 200 something. I mean, what did let's see, Jalen Hurts threw for 101 yards. Saquon Barkley had 88 yards. They only gave up 2 sacks in this game, and only what? Let's see. I think they only gave up maybe, I mean, 4 or 5 quarterback hits in this game. I'm not really sure. Let's see. Yeah, only 3 quarterback hits. They gave up 2 sacks, but only 3 quarterback hits. Now, when you're sitting up there and you're dealing with a Spags defense, Spags is going to throw everything, the kitchen sink, the
Yep.
scrub brush. He's throwing everything at you. And these guys came out there and they held it down. Man, I mean, this offensive line, yeah, you had some leakage every now and then where you have to let someone come free. But as a whole, when you look at this total performance as an offensive line, they right now are my crushers of the game because they went out there and they balled. And come out of that game where you're dealing with Spags defense, where he's going to blitz you. He's going to come out at you with a lot of different little scenarios. He's going to come at you with some rule breakers. And, they came out there and they did a really good job. There are several clips where you saw something like the one-handed catch by A.J. Brown. It'll be
Unreal.
overshadowed because that was an amazing catch by A.J. Brown. But the blitz that those guys picked up to give Jalen Hurts the time to get that ball out was absolutely amazing. The big pass that they threw down to Slim that he caught down there down the right side of the field, big play, big catch. It'll be overshadowed because the catch is going to be like, oh my God, look at this catch. But the blitz that those guys picked up to give Jalen Hurts the time to get rid of that ball was absolutely amazing. And then when they ran the ball, my God, man, these guys were physical. When you go back and you look at the first touchdown by Saquon Barkley,
That's what I was just gonna bring up, bro.
it's an inside zone run. Okay, so it's 21 personnel, 2 tight ends, 1 run back. So now, one of the things that I really love about what Coach Stoutland does is that he doesn't stick to the traditional rules of what you should do. All right. Because with an inside zone, we usually call out the mic. We're going to go a combination block between guard and center, work up to that Mike linebacker. We're going to get a combination block on the backside, and we're going to work up. But the film study shows that, okay, you know what? When that tight end went into motion, their linebackers shift. So you knew that Cam said, you know what? I know the play. I know what's going on. Hey, Steen, you go up there to the safety. Go up there to the nickel. And I mean, dude, it was absolutely beautiful. And now you had Jordan Mailata had to go and take care of a 3 technique on the
Bro.
backside.
So that's what I was gonna
Dude,
bring up. That play, first of all, is like training camp install film. It was perfectly done,
it was
Like
beautiful.
they motioned out. Obviously, they just changed the point where they go +1 to the front side. Now they're
Mhm.
blocking. Now they're pushing it to an area, which ended up being that nickelback coming into the box. Steen climbed up onto him. Lane turned his guy out perfectly. They got the backer taken care of, dude. It was like clockwork. And then you and I know more than anybody how hard it is
Yes.
to get down and cut off that 3 technique on the backside. It
When you
is
know the
so
guard is
hard.
gone, that is
You're having a
hard.
foot race with someone that's faster than you, and they have a head start. It's tough. And all Jordan had to do was literally run with him and just bump him a little bit to take off that little second so that Saquon could get through the hole. And dude, it was pretty. It was pretty.
It
He
was
basically
beautiful,
untouched.
dude. Beautiful. I was sitting up there. I'm like, dude, how do you even make that? For you to even say, all right, you know what, Jordan Mailata, you got to take this 3 technique. The guard is gone with the center. So you know that defensive tackle, he's gonna follow the guard. So
That's brutal.
you got to you're the weak point in this block in anything. Because if you don't make this block, this play doesn't work. And I mean, Joy Mailata got in that, man. I was just like, never in a million years would I have been able to make that block. I'm not
Well,
fast enough.
dude,
I'm not, no,
a,
I
a,
can't
lo-
do that.
a lot of
But
times in an inside zone, you're not pushing it that far front side, so you can kind of just
no,
wash. You can just wash that three technique down and hope the back cuts off you. But they
no,
pushed
yeah,
it. If he cut
exactly.
back, there was that backer backside, and they're not going to be able to handle them. So he had to get down there and get him, and it was just, dude, it was pretty.
It was beautiful. And then to even have a combination block where you had Cam and Landon Dickinson, they took on a one technique, and Landon
Yep.
and Cam was still able to get up to the linebacker. Dude, I
Yep.
mean, first of all, these guys are massive, they're powerful, but they are extremely athletic and smart. And Coach
Absolutely.
Stoutland is one of the best in the game when it comes to combination blocks and making sure that these guys are fully prepared. Because for you to be able to pull that off, that is film study, that is play recognition, and that is understanding your assignment. And man, they just went out there and did it with no problem.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. So, the offense looked good. I thought we had some good catches. AJ got his touches. He had an amazing catch. Slim still doing his thing. Um, let's move on to the defense. So, we were playing a good offense here. And,
Mm-hmm.
for some reason, during the watching of this game, I was watching, Travis and Mahomes and Hunt and just seeing how everybody like took and pitched in on that side of the ball for Kansas City because, Travis is a great player, right? And he gets a lot of
Uh-huh.
credit for a lot of their success and stuff. But man, I realized this game, Travis isn't even out there every play. So like
Mm-hmm.
there's Mahomes is really carrying that team, dude. He's a special player, as much as I don't like to say it. He is a special player and he gets things done. That was a scary game, and I'm glad we got out of that win because if you really think about it, Butker missed that first field goal. He pushed it hard right, which
Mm-hmm.
doesn't happen a lot of the time. And then on that pick that we had, right place, right time, Travis bobbled that, went right out of his hands. He made a nice catch earlier on a low ball like that. That's a whole different game if those 10 points are scored. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean that's how football works, but like our defense was very opportunistic. And, Travis didn't have his greatest game, and I think that helped us out a lot.
Yeah, I think Vic Fangio came in and had a great plan with this offense. Because it's hard to just point out one player on the defense, because or one segment because it all has to work together. And I think the defense coordinator Fangio had a really good game plan where it was constant pressure. It was constant pressure. Always in Mahomes' face. He never felt really comfortable. I mean, he was only sacked twice, but he was hit 10 times. And I think
Right.
that was a huge difference in that game where he could not feel comfortable. He was always somebody right there in his face. Even Jalen Carter getting in there, getting it in the mix. I thought that was extremely important, especially coming off a spit game. He had to sit out last game. So this game, he was trying to catch back up. So I think that as a whole, the defense had a really good game plan when it came to keeping Patrick Mahomes confused and making him feel like, all right, I got to get rid of this ball. There were way too many balls on the ground, and that's what you have to do against a quarterback like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think some of the things that scare you about Mahomes sometimes is when he can get out and use his legs to create things and make things happen. And he did scramble quite a bit, and he's pretty mobile. But I think everybody did their job of being like, okay, we'll let you scramble for 15 yards, 10, 15 yards, but we're not going to let you scramble and complete a 40-yard pass down the field or scramble for a 40-yard touchdown on your legs or anything like that. It was like, we'll
Hmm.
give you your 10 to 15-yard scramble, but that's all you're going to get. And I think they did a great job with that.
Yeah, I think that, there were a couple times where I felt like Jalen Carter was, he kind of got a little winded, because you go back and you look at where, you had this one series where he got caught loafing just a little bit, where you could tell like he was a little tired. And then on that one particular play where Mahomes scrambled for the big touchdown, Jalen Carter came around on the stunt and the tackle threw him to the ground. Then now you lose contain, and then that's why Mahomes was able to scramble up the right side of the field and score that big touchdown. So, but I think after that series there, that I think that was one of the eye openers for Jalen Carter, because you didn't see that type of lack of energy from him after that series, because I'm pretty sure triple back hurt came back and was like, hey man, listen, hey, we can't, when you show them on the little Microsoft tablet, hey, look at this, look at you. This is
Right.
new. And,
This is
I
new.
think Jalen Carter's the type of player where he like, all right, got it.
Yeah.
And you didn't see that type of energy from there. But I think it's defense as a whole, man. Those guys played with a lot of energy. They came out there. They had some big stops. I think my man Andrew, I know I'm gonna destroy his last name,
Mukuba.
Makuba. I thought that young man came out there and played really well. He had a big stop where it was 3rd and 1 or whatever that was.
Yeah.
Huge stop.
Yeah.
You
Sack.
had you had a nice little turnover. You had an interception, dude. Like, that's what you're looking for when you're looking at a nice, a young secondary. And then now you got Cooper DeJean out there making big plays. Man, those guys are out there balling, man. As a young group, I think that this sky is the limit for this group.
Yeah, and as a young group, you're seeing a darn good offense, with somebody that knows how to spread it around and make things happen. So the fact that, we were able to be successful and not get just completely exposed as a young player defense, dude, that's
Mm.
such good vibes going into this season.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All
We
right.
get,
I'm good.
do you feel like we should go ahead and book our tickets to wherever the Super Bowl is?
Ooh,
It's only 2 games in. Are we going to go ahead and book our tickets? Because
let's make that decision
it's
after the
strong,
first
man.
quarter of the
I don't
season.
know.
I mean,
Fall
I,
aboard the hype train.
I could book it. Where is the Super Bowl this year? Do you
Oh no,
know?
don't care. I'm ready. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out
you're right.
after the show.
It'll
You
be
know what I'm
fun.
saying? Yeah, haul
Is it
aboard the hype
Vegas?
train,
No,
baby.
it's Vegas.
It's Vegas? Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We should
You
book
sure
it
it's
anyway.
Vegas?
Book
Oh
it
yeah,
anyway.
absolutely. Book it. Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
Vegas. I do think it's Vegas. That could be trouble. Maybe
Yes,
we shoot a show in Vegas.
absolutely. Why
Absolutely.
not?
Dude, so who's your crusher of the game on defense?
For defense, man, Vic Fangio. You know what I'm
Fangio.
saying? Defensive coordinator doing his thing, man. I thought that he just came with a really good game plan on the defensive side. He came with some really nice blitzes. He confused their offensive line, a couple times. Came with a nice blitz. I mean, he just made it where Patrick Mahomes did not feel comfortable the entire game, and that's what you want to do as a defensive coordinator.
Absolutely. I'd give it to Fangio too. But I would like to go special mention to Andrew Mukuba. I thought that,
Yes.
the defensive coordinator has to put you in position to make the plays, but you
Yeah.
also have to make them once the opportunity comes up. And I thought that he took advantage of, being able to make a name for himself, go out there and make some big plays with the sack. And then, dude, I'd like to think that even if Travis Kelce's catching that ball down on the goal line, he's getting lit up by Mukuba right there, right after he catches
Absolutely.
it. You know what I mean? So I think he was going to be in there to make a play at that point, regardless of whether the ball hopped out of Kelce's hands or not. So Mukuba, keep doing your thing. You're my game crusher this week.
That's
Love
what
it.
I'm talking about. Yeah. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Trey, what are you moving on? I'm moving on to a Highfield. This is
Okay.
another local orchard. This one
hmm
looks a little darker. Looks a little
Mm.
more like apple juice. So I'm, just off of the look tests, I would think it's going to be a little sweeter. I don't know.
Okay. I've moved on to their muscadine, which is a rosé. So what they do here is they start off with a white base, and then they let it sit with the red skins for a little bit to give it its color. And yeah, it's a really good wine. So I've moved on to their rosé, and that's what I'm doing right now, man.
Well,
Just
this Highfield is nice. It's
yeah.
uh, it's also a drier cider,
Mm.
um, and it leaves a little aftertaste. I'm not going to say bitter, because that makes it sound bad, but it's not bad. It's just like a deeper flavor to it than the first one. The first one was really light. This one hangs in your
Uh,
mouth a little bit afterwards, so it's good.
okay. Okay. Yeah, my next wine that I'm gonna do when I get back home is gonna be an apple wine. So I'm gonna
Apple
see how
wine,
that do. Yeah, I'm gonna go and buy some apples because they're coming in season now.
yeah,
So I'm gonna buy some
absolutely.
where apples crush it and go ahead and get them started. But yeah,
What
man,
kind
but
of
that's what I've
apples do
been.
you think you're gonna go with?
Oh, I'm just saying it's one of the things that my wife and I have been trying to decide which ones we want to go with because that's what I've been doing. I've been catching fruits that's been coming in season, and then I make some wine out of it. So apples is like the thing that's coming into season right now. So
Yeah,
that'll be my next fruit wine.
you're supposed to eat seasonally, so you should drink seasonally as well. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. There you go. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing.
Do you have a favorite apple? Well, we're a big apple household. I love all the different varieties of apples that come out. So I have a couple favorites.
I don't. What's your favorite?
Dude, so I'm a really big fan of a Pink Lady.
Okay.
Pink Lady's a good apple. Um,
Okay.
that's a pretty sweet one.
Uh-huh.
Cosmic Crisps are also good.
Okay.
Um, and then there's also like a yellow apple that me and my kids really like called an opal apple.
Okay. Okay.
All delicious apples. So if I were you, I'd look in there. I think a Pink Lady would make a really nice a nice apple wine
Okay. All right,
because the
cool. I have to
level of
look into that.
sugars in it, that might get it a little strong for you. Work with some of that sauce.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause that's all it because all you're looking for is sugar content, man. Sugar content and yeast. There you go. That
I
makes
love
that
this.
alcohol.
Trace into the fermentations now. Dude.
Oh yeah, man.
We
I've
should
been
have
making
a
all kinds.
wine sourdough episode where we're doing different types of fermentation. Maybe even make
Yeah,
some pickles. Who knows? Let's get crazy.
yeah, yeah, man. That's what I've been doing, man. I got probably about 14 wines under my belt right now.
All right, dude. So a couple things,
Mhm.
fun things. Well, first of all, let's talk about the third wheel of the tricycle, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Special teams, bro, coming up huge again, dude.
Mighty Light.
Mighty leg, mighty leg is just becoming mightier and mightier as the season goes on.
Yeah, yeah. Mighty Leg says, you know what? Okay, y'all bring me out here. Okay, what? I got a 53 yarder. All right, no problem. Oh, you jump off sides. Oh, okay, all right,
Oh,
cool.
you want to make it longer? No big
Uh,
deal.
no big deal.
I'll hit the net from 58.
Yeah, no worries. What else you want? Here, take that. You know what I'm
Dude,
saying? Mighty Leg is amazing.
I'm loving the threat that we get from like midfield in, just having a kicker that's consistently hitting from over 50. It's such
Yeah,
a game changer, dude.
yeah. I mean, it's amazing. Whenever you can say, all right, you know what? We got to the 45, or we're good. We can put three on the board because we got Mighty Leg back here that he's just sitting off in the cut, just waiting. Even when you saw Coach Sirianni go over there to him and like, hey man, now Mighty Leg is in his zone, trying to get his mind right, kicking into the net, and then here you got the head coach come over there, hey man. You know what's going on, saying whatever. He's like, all right, cool. Hey, no worries. I got it. Yeah, I got you, coach. And he
Absolutely.
goes out there and boots it 58 yards. Then comes
Right.
back, all right, 51 yards. Take that. This is what I do. They call me
You
Mighty
know,
Leg.
you know what I love about when they blew that flag? He went ahead and took his steps and did like a little dry kick. Like
Yeah,
that was gonna be in. No big deal.
yeah,
Thanks for the
yeah,
practice, rep.
yeah, yeah.
I
Thank
just
you.
love his confidence right now, dude. But
Yeah,
so the penalty was on the long snapper, right?
yeah. Something where he was moving the ball.
Yeah. So I don't. I feel like they're being really ticky tacky this year with certain things. You know what I mean? Like, dude, John Dornboss. It was his plan to gain like a yard every time we approach the ball.
Uh
He
huh.
would like put the ball between his legs. Look around, point some things out. Which really didn't mean
Yeah.
anything for him or
Yeah.
us.
Exactly.
Point some things
Yeah.
out, and then grab a yard. You grab the ball and grab a yard. So like we were gaining a yard every time. So I feel like that's something they're zeroing in on this year. But
hmm
he didn't gain a yard. He just moved it over the right a little bit. It looked like, you know.
Yeah. He moved around a little bit. He tapped it on the ground, and then now I mean, if you do something like that, then that means that you got to keep a close eye on Creed, the center for Kansas City, because he's one of those guys that taps the ball a lot before he snaps it. Even when you look at their right tackle, JT, he moves a lot before the ball even snaps. So there. I think that refs. It's early in the season, though, man. It's 2 weeks in. I think that refs are going to like, hey, we are going by the book. Everything is black and white
Absolutely.
right now, but then it'll start to fizzle out as the season continues.
Yeah. And even though we are Eagles fans here, I do need to give a shout out to the big fella, the tackle from Kansas City that chased Mukuba down. You know, as a former interception chaser, you know, there's some guys that just kind of like, once the ball's intercepted as an offensive lineman, you just kind of look around and make sure you don't get snuck, right? I was always one of those guys that was like, I'm going to make a play. You know, so I would take an angle of pursuit, try to meet him somewhere downfield. You know, I think that there's a highlight of Ed Reed, you know, outrunning my leap to try to like get him.
Okay,
Tiki Barber, you know, and there was another one he outran me, but at least I gave it a good effort.
but you gave it effort.
But this guy from the Kansas City Chiefs was showing great athleticism, great speed, great angle of pursuit, and took Mukuba out. So cheers to you, sir. I think he might have been a rookie. He's pretty young too.
Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, they said he was running like 18 miles per hour.
Dude, he was moving. He was moving. I don't know about
He was
18.
digging. I don't know. I mean, they had the next gen stats or whatever.
Yeah,
But I
but
mean,
isn't
the
it like
dude,
20 or something, like a world-class sprinter or something like that?
he was amazing, and I mean, he caught Mukuba right down the side. I think Mukuba was like, "Oh yeah, I'm scoring. There's no one catching me." Oh
Yeah.
no,
Oh,
no,
no,
there's a
there's a
tackle there.
300-pounder that's definitely going to catch you, and you'll catch hell of a locker room
Just
for it.
yeah, that just walked you down. Yeah, take that.
Bro, but also another thing that's impressive is after he ran him down, he didn't try to like arm tackle him. He cut blocked him. He just threw
Yeah, yeah,
himself at his lower body. I love that. There's
yeah.
going to be no running through my arms on this one.
Yeah, no. I am going through. You are going down. It was extremely athletic by the young man. I thought I mean, great effort by him. Good
Yeah.
job.
Great effort.
You
Great
know,
job. You know.
yeah.
But Trey, I got a
We
bold
won.
prediction. I got a bold
Yes.
prediction for this season.
What's that?
I think we should start doing bold predictions every week because then,
Okay.
eventually some of them will come right and we will look like, fortune
Yeah.
tellers.
Swamis.
Swami. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Bold prediction for this year. Mighty Leg is going to kick a 70-yard field goal. He's going to kick
70-yard field goal.
a 70-plus yard field goal this year.
No, what's the longest field goal, dude?
I thought it was like 64 for a while by Dempsey. I think there might be 68 now. Dude,
The longest field goal in NFL history is 66 yards
66
by Justin Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think Mighty Leg takes his. I think Mighty Leg takes his record.
Dude, it's week 2, and I've already seen him from 55 plus put 2 of them into the net. And that net's a good 10 yards behind the upright. So
yeah,
dude, I think he's humming after 70. We're gonna be able to get a 70-yarder. That's my bold prediction for this year.
Okay, I like it. I like it. I'm going to run with that. 70 yards is a lot. I think he will beat Justin Tucker's. Excuse me. My gosh, that was awful. Excuse me. Nothing. So the 60. I think that he will definitely beat Justin Tucker's field goal record right now that stands at 66.
Okay.
Because right now he is booting it. I think
So you're not giving him a number. You're not giving him a number. I'm saying 70. We're gonna have a 70-yard field goal. We're going with record
67. You know what? I go 69 just because.
I like that. All right. We'll say 69. No, I want to say 70. You say 69. I'll say 70.
Yeah, there you go.
Gives us something to keep looking forward to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The last
Mighty
thing
Leg.
I have to taste. I got one more tasting before we get out of here.
Okay.
This is a modern sparkling wine. That's what they call it, modern sparkling. And look at this. Dude, look at this labeling here. I'll get you close up. Look how
that's
simple
beautiful.
and clean that is. Isn't that nice, dude?
Yeah.
I really
like
like that. I'm drawn to a nice, simple label. And they say that this is like This is like their champagne style out of apples, you know, supposed to be like
Mm,
kind of French, you know. So
yeah.
I'm gonna check
Wee
this out.
wee.
Oui, oui.
Perfect.
Ooh, that is good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's not as dry as I would think for it to be, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not sweet. It's very effervescent in your mouth, very bubbly like a champagne.
A little lightly bubble. I like a lightly bubble
Yeah,
beverage.
yeah, that's
Absolutely.
good, man. That's really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got some really good products out here, man. You got to come check them out in Downingtown when you get back around. You
Absolutely.
know,
Will do.
if anybody's in the area, come check them out. Dressler Estate.
Yeah.
Who do we got this week, Trey? Do you know?
The Rams.
Oh yeah, the Rams
Yeah.
in
The
town.
Rams at home. Yeah. The Rams at
Let's
home.
go. It's gonna be a big
Yeah,
one.
man. Yeah. And if you guys ever find yourself down here in Central Florida and you find yourself down here in Osteen, come check out Feel Good, man. Thursdays they have an open mic. Fridays they do something else. Saturdays they have free wine tastings from 12 to 5. And then I think on Sundays they do a little live music. Come check them out, man. It's an experience. It is definitely an experience. I had a blast.
All right, sounds like a good time.
Yeah,
All right, Trey. Well, we look forward to you getting back in town. Enjoy yourself while you're down there.
absolutely. You too, man. Y'all take care of yourselves.